Hello and welcome to Accounting 154 Managerial Accounting. My name is Prashant Raval and I will be your instructor for the course. My first instruction for you is to go to d2l.oakton.edu, put in your username and password. This is the same username and password that you would have used if you were to sign on to an Oakton computer. Once you sign on, you should be able to get into the class. Okay, and let's get into the class. I'm going to change this to student, and this is what it should look like. Okay, now as soon as you are in the class, the first thing I would like you to do is go to content and click over here. This should open up the syllabus. Okay, here is my office. Here are my office instructions, my office hours. Okay, this is managerial accounting conducted over 8 weeks. It's an 8-week course. So this is the syllabus. First thing is the textbook. It's the custom publication that you can get from the bookstore. And in addition to that, you will also need to register on My Accounting Lab. I have sent you the instructions for that separately. Now, on a day-to-day basis, if you simply click over here, okay, this will take you to My Accounting Lab. But the instructions that I have sent you are right over here, okay, and if you click that, that should also open up over here. All right, and just follow this step by step to register. It's a requirement to register for this course in My Accounting Lab. Okay, now I will go over the My Accounting Lab instructions in a few minutes, but first I'd like to get back to the syllabus. There are 3 exams in this class worth 100 points. In addition to that, there are homework assignments and there are quizzes on D2L for total coursework of 700 points. You know, in summer, many times I get students who basically take this class thinking that this is going to be a blowover. It's a summer course, essentially just logging on and writing a blog or so, responding is going to be enough. Actually, that is not what this course is all about. You will have to spend the time. This is a 3-credit-hour accounting course. And there are concepts, there are problems that need to be understood. So you will have to put in the time required. 3 exams. Every week, essentially, there will be 2 quizzes. And essentially, there will be 2 chapters. So let me go and show you where to take the chapter quizzes and where to do the accounting homework. But before I start with that, the first thing I'd like to do is to give you an overview of where to find each and everything. Okay, so when I go to D2L and I go to quizzes and exams, this is a practice quiz. These are multiple choice quizzes for you, my way of testing if you have understood the material. Okay, so here's a practice quiz, but as you can see, after the practice quiz there's chapter 1 quiz, then there's a practice quiz, then there's chapter 2 quiz. All the quizzes open up today at 11:59 p.m. whether it's section 1, section 2, or section 3. So the good news is you can build up your own schedule during an 8-week course. Now I understand it's summertime, people have other commitments, you know, sometimes you have to go to weddings, sometimes you have to go out of town. But from your end, please understand that you have signed up for this 8-week course and it is going to be required for you to finish the work within a certain time because the material builds up. So you cannot really understand chapter 2 unless you have understood chapter 1. So as you can see, June 16th, our weeks will start at 11:59 p.m. every Monday through next Monday 11:59 p.m. So tonight this quiz should open up for you from 11:59 through next Monday 11:59. So chapters 1 and 2. So every week you will have 2 chapters. Chapter 1, week ending 6/16, week ending 6/16, quiz on D2L I showed you, and homework on My Accounting Lab. So now what I will do is I will take you to My Accounting Lab to show you how the work is done over there as well. Now this is your My Accounting Lab. Okay, once you log in to your class, this is where you will be able to do the work by simply clicking on assignments. Right now, you do not see any assignments. Okay, the reason for that is the assignments do not open up until 11:59 a.m. My fault, 11:59 p.m. on Monday, when you will start seeing all the assignments. So these are all the assignments. Again, as you can see, they all open up today, but they all have their own due dates. Okay, chapter 1, chapter 2, 6:16, chapter 3, chapter 4, 6:23. If you go to the syllabus, you will see that the dates correspond right here. So the suggested pattern, this is the most important part. I would like you to jump right onto the homework part. This is actually practice. It should be called practice, but I call it homework because this is the time that you are actually spending to do the work. Normally, you would come to the class, you would go over the concepts. Here, my suggestion is that you should get right onto it because these problems will help you gain an understanding. This is an excellent tool. As you do these problems, you will gain a better understanding. As you make mistakes, they will give you the right answers so you understand. They will walk you through the concepts. It's an excellent tool for you to understand this. This is requirement. It is graded. Once you finish this, this is the final assignment, okay, which tells me that you have understood the material. On this one, you don't see the answers, okay, that you will get 3 attempts. If you're late here, you can still take it before the first exam for 70% credit, but I encourage you to do it on time so that you are ready for the next part. In an 8-week course, if you fall behind, it sort of becomes very difficult then to get caught up. So please make sure you're following the timeline. Every week there are 2 chapters, so there is some work involved. Now look, if you would be coming to the class, okay, and you will be spending 3-4 hours, instead of that, you are going online and you are working on this. I'd get onto this right away. I'd try to gain an understanding. So the first thing, how would I study for this? I'd go to multimedia. Okay, I would open up the PowerPoint for this chapters. Okay, I would briefly browse through what the chapters are all about, and after that, okay, I would get on to the practice problems, which I have called the homework problems. You don't see it right now, but you will see them soon. Okay, so that's the concept I should follow. So go to multimedia first, go through the PowerPoints, and then go on to these chapters. Now, once you have reviewed the PowerPoints and you have at least started with the homework, then if you watch these videos, it will be an excellent tool for your understanding purposes. Okay, so this is a suggested pattern. Some students may right away get into the videos, watch the videos, then go to the PowerPoints and then do the homework problems. I would suggest that you at least go through the, I'm not asking you to take good notes and learn each and every concept from the PowerPoint. What I am asking you is to just get an overview of what the chapter is all about. Okay, then start with this practice problems. So I will rename this, I think I should rename this chapter 1 practice problems, okay? Chapter 2 practice problems. And once you do this, then I would go back to the multimedia and then I would watch these videos because it will be worth your time. You'll find them very interesting. By this time, you should have the concepts. It is after this that I would actually go and do the final assignment. You get 3 attempts on the final assignment. Not 1, 3 attempts. I would print out the problem first. I would do the problem manually, and then I'll try to do it, go inside and do it. Again, it's an excellent tool for you. Make use of it. Okay, this is where bulk of the work is done. And then finally, once you're done with everything, this is when you should go and take this quiz. So as you can see, 2 chapters per week, okay? And then you have exams. How many exams? 3 exams. The first exam will cover chapters 1, 2, 3, and 4. Second exam will cover chapters 6, 7, 8. Third exam will cover chapters 9, 10, 11, and 12. Where will you be taking the exams? You will be taking the exams at the testing center. So let me give you some FAQs for testing center. Where can you find them? You can also find this right over here. When you click on this, it should open this up. Okay? So usually, frequently asked questions for the exams. When will the exams be available in the testing center? Exam 1 will be available from, not Tuesday, there's a typo, Monday, today, through 6:30. Exam 2 will be available 6:30 to 7:14. Exam 3 will be available from 7:14 to 7:31. Okay? I will make sure that I change this to 6:09. This also through 6:09, so you can build your own schedule. But my suggested pattern is always going to be that you take it during the time that it is due. That's the right way of learning the material. Where can I take the exam? You can take the exam either at Des Plaines Testing Center in room 2109 or at Skokie Testing Center in room A135. Now, if you can take it over here if you live within 30 miles of Oakton Community College. If you don't, I have other options for you. How many hours should I keep aside for the exam? Although it will not take you so long, I give you 2 hours. Should I call the testing center ahead of time to inquire about their hours? Yes, you should. Here are the phone numbers. You can also find out their hours. Summertime, they have different hours by clicking on their website over here. Okay? Should I take an ID card with me? Yes, they'll ask for one. Now, if you live far away, 30 miles away, and you prefer taking this at a local testing center, I would get in touch with R. Nash, Robin Nash is her name, at oakton.edu and explain to her, okay, where you want to take the exam. So you will tell her the testing center where you do want to take the exam, and then she will make the arrangements for you. Okay, so that's related to the exams. The exams, let's talk about them. If you go here, let's go to Assignment Manager. You can see there is a practice exam open. Okay, and then there is an examination 1. This practice exam, usually you should take it after you have finished all the 4 chapters. It's a wonderful tool for you. Okay, this exactly resembles this exam. So you should go over this exam in its entirety before you take this exam. That way you will do well. Okay, practice exam 1, practice exam 2, and practice exam 3. Okay, so you should take these exams, practice exams, and then you should go to the testing center to take the regular exam. I give you 2 hours. It should not take you that long. The element of surprise is gone because I've given all these things to you. But regardless, you must finish up this exams, and hopefully you will do well. This exam, as I said, resembles the main exam. Okay, so that's for the exams. A few things I'd like to tell you before I conclude my session. Please make sure you do show up on D2L. Our normal source of communication is always going to be D2L. So if you send me emails on my main email, I will not be answering over there. I will send you a polite reminder that our place for communication is right here, D2L. Go to email, okay, and compose, and then you should send me an email. This is our normal course of communication, and this is where I respond. If you send me an email on my general email, I'll send you a polite reminder telling you please go and look out for the answer in D2L, and for future send me emails only through D2L. This is the only place where I'll be responsible for responding. Why is that? Why do I insist? See, I get 50 to 60 emails in a day. My students are my first priority. It is because of you that I'm here It is for you that I'm here, and I want to make sure that I don't miss any of your emails. Response time, I have given you everything ahead of time, so there are no surprises in this class. I don't like surprises myself. So there isn't that much of an emergency where everything has to be stopped and done today. But my time for response is 24 hours. I will respond within 24 hours of you having sent the emails. I do not work on Saturdays and Sundays, so my response will be Monday through Friday. I only check my email in the morning on Fridays. So my response will be within 24 business hours. Okay? Um, Hopefully, as you get into the class and you get used to it by the first 1 or 2 weeks, you will see that there aren't any emergencies. There are simply expectations given to you ahead of time, and you need to fulfill those. Again, final thing, please follow my suggested pattern. It should definitely help. Start here with PowerPoints. Go to the practice homework. As I said, I will rename this to practice homework. Okay? And then once you have a good concept, I would definitely watch these videos to make it worth your time. And finally, once you have read the chapters, you should also read the chapters in the textbook. I would go ahead and do the final assignment. So as you can see, minimum of 3 to 4 hours of homework per chapter. So plan your day accordingly. I would not spend more than 2 hours a day. I would get started with the first chapter, finish it up, and then do the second chapter, finish that up. So the first half of the class should be, the first half of the week should be for the first chapter, the second half of the week should be for the second chapter. I hope that once you follow this pattern, you will do well in this class. Thank you, and I look forward to working with you over the next 8 weeks.